Hey my lovely subbies, it's Heather. I was supposed to shoot a video technically yesterday or whatever, but it's morning time, so since my days are off. And anyways, I needed to do some more packing last night, but got kind of sidetracked because I went over to Jen's house and she ended up staying up forever and everything, and so we hung out, listened to her talk about stuff and everything. Found out I don't have anybody for as far as helping me to pack, or not pack, but carry my stuff out to the truck and back in or whatever. And so called my grandmother about that, and she's talking about calling in my cousins, which, I mean, if she's got to and if they're willing to and everything, like, that's cool and shit, but it's like one of my cousins, it's like, what was it? It's like his mom wrote something on my Facebook a while back and was like, I don't know. I don't even remember what she said. She said something or did something, or maybe she was just on her Facebook complaining about something, or I don't know, or something. But here I am without custody of my child. Like, my parents got temporary custody of my daughter, and it's like, I was just like, yeah, something another, and I said something or whatever, or maybe she said, grow up, or, you're gonna have to, like something kind of rude, maybe, I don't know, because she's been known to say stuff that's just heartless, is the best way to word it, to a degree. I mean, sometimes she doesn't, and sometimes she does, and whenever she says things that are heartless, like, there's no way you're ever going to make her feel compassion for the things that she feels heartless upon, or the topics or whatever, because it's like when she thinks she knows something in that depth or whatever, then she thinks she knows it all, kind of like my grandmother, but it's a weird different way. And then I'm not really that close to her to really know like why she's like that or anything. I think it's because she's just kind of got a side of her that's kind of fed up because she had to deal with my uncle being a drunk. And so it's like a defense mechanism. That way she doesn't have to have heart on everything and care about everything. So she picks and chooses like half the shit she's going to care about and half the shit she's not. And that's just the way it is. And you can be like, no, you need to care about this too, because there's a lot you don't know, or behind the scenes, or this and that. And it's like she just is like, piss on it. Is the best way I can think of to word it. But anyways, so that shit happened, and fucking hell, that shit happened, and then she fuck, I'm tired. Fuck, what was I saying? And then because I said something to her, and I was like, something another. Anyways, I said something along the lines, and I was like, I don't have any damn family. And I was like, I ain't never had any family, and this and that, or something about family, or, y'all don't know the stuff that I've been through. And that's the thing, too, is like, it's like my grandmother is the narcissist between the two sides of the family, for as far as my dad's brother's family, which is my cousins and my aunt, and then our family. And it's like she's the one that's playing us against each other, kinda. And it's like they sit there and they're like, oh, y'all get more help than we've ever got. She loves y'all more than she's ever loved us, and all this and everything, because she lived with y'all lived with her until, like I was 7 and she moved out, and then she moved across the street, and then my dad has been the one responsible for the majority, and see, they can't stomach that to a degree or something, I don't know, but in truth, this man, my dad, has been responsible for the majority of where the hell my grandmother goes, and when the hell she gets taken where the fuck ever. And because of that, because of him putting in the effort to do all that, then whenever they need help financially, she's always there for them. But the thing is on my aunt's side of the family, she's always there to kind of bail them out of shit when they're up to their elbows and knees and shit too, for as far as finances. But it's just in different ways. And that's her. That's not us, And instead it's like, we've caught hell for it. And then the thing is like the cousins catching hell for it. Like, I don't even get it. Like, my sister is probably the only one that's like, because it's just me and my sister, and then it's my 3, like, cousins on this side that's my dad's or brother's kids or whatever. And one of them ain't even his kid, but still he was, like, adopted into the family or married into the family and stuff. Whenever my aunt and him got married, my aunt and uncle. But, it's just a bunch of shit. But anyways, so it's just all fucked up shit and ass scenario my family is. It's like, I was the youngest out of my sister and my 3 cousins. And then I was the youngest out of my sister and my 5 cousins, because my 2 cousins that's from my mom's side of the family. And so I was the youngest. And so it was, you're a brat, shut up, you're spoiled, you're a brat, you're too little, you can't do anything. And constant picking and constant. It's like, you're just constantly picked on. Like, your toys are constantly tore apart and broke and laughed at, and you cry and you fall, and they laugh and they giggle all the time whenever they're around. They never have any sympathy or compassion, and this and that, and it's just, but any fucking way. Any fucking way. So, back to the whole Facebook thing and dealing with my aunt or whatever. I was like, I don't have any family, something, another, blah, 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 blah. And my cousin, because he was going through some shit of his own, some personal shit, and he's almost like the scapegoated kid probably in his side of the family or whatever, because that's the reason, like, me and him kind of got close there for a while, but then, like, I don't know. I really don't know, and I really don't remember. And there's a part of me that's like, kind of a little, like, I don't know. And then that's the thing, too, is like, I'm not trying to be in this grandiose state of, like, oh, I'm beautiful and I'm so attractive, or some shit like that. But I swear to God, all of my cousins have dated somebody that leans more towards looking like me than ever leaning towards looking like my sister. And I've just always kind of found that odd. And I'm like, what did I do? Or is it because I put up with their abuse, so they look at me and then they see these women that kind of look similar. And I mean, these women don't look a lot like me, but they look enough like me that my poor grandmother has thought that I'm them like 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 times and hollered at me. And I'm like, no, I'm the real Heather. And then she's even hollered at them and called them Heather. And I'm like, no, that's not, I'm me and that's them, like, no. And so it's like, the whole scapegoated child scenario and the abuse that I endured from them picking on me and mocking me and making fun of me all the time. And so it's like, did they grow up and they're like, hey, there's somebody that can put up with my shit, like their brain, like their subconscious mind, even if they're not literally paying attention to it. And then I sit there and I wonder what the hell happened to me in my childhood that I can't remember. And then I wonder if there's like, because I feel like my counselor was right. I don't want to feel like my counselor's right because it makes me want to vomit. But she's like, I think you've been through more than what you're letting on, And I'm like, I don't know. But anyways, it's just all fucked up. It's just all fucked up. But back to the whole Facebook thing. So I was like, something to my aunt, or I don't have family, or whatever. And my cousin popped off back at me, and he's like, well, if you was going through what I was going through, you know, like I said, he's like the scapegoated child in his family, like his mom, his dad, and his two brothers for as far, and that's the reason me and him kind of got along there for a while. And there's actually a picture that my aunt has, and it's like I literally blocked it the fuck out and forgot about it. But I forgot the time that we was close. There was like 2 times that me and him were kind of close. And then there's other times that, like, 2 times that me and my other cousin, that's my actual cousin, was close. And then there's like 2 times that me and the step cousin or whatever were actually close. And so I'm just like, and it's like a guy thing. It's like when you get a guy alone, he's different than he is when he's with his friends. And so that's when, like, I was like close to them or whatever, is like whenever, you know, the rare occasion that they would be the only one come over with my aunt, and so they would actually have to sit and play with me, you know, and talk to me and play a board game with me or some shit, because they didn't have other people to, you know, go over here and target me and pick on me. And so if they were bored, they were else going to play with me, or they were shit out of luck, you know, is the best way to kind of word it to a degree. Because, I just remember bits and pieces of and very rare of us being nice to each other. But anyways, my aunt's got this picture of me and my cousin, the one that popped off to me, sitting on the couch. And I was like, oh my God, that's the one time when I was like a teenager or a preteen. And like, it's the one time that my cousin kind of apologized for being an asshole to me my whole life. Because I ended up crying one day, like the week ahead or something. Like I finally, because I mean, I was taught, you know, I'm not allowed to cry, I'm not allowed to be upset, I'm not allowed to show pain or fear or sadness, you know, and I better shut the fuck up, you know. And so I guess that's what it is, you know, is like everybody grew up thinking that I was a brat, because when I didn't get in my way, you know, to a degree, I would just kind of let it go so much. But then when I got my feel of it, and the 25th time of not getting my way, then I would kind of freak out and like cross my arms and just sit there and be mad and not want to talk to anybody. Or I'd sit there and tears rolling down my face, you know. And they're like, brat, you're a brat, you know, and everything. And it's like, no, I'm not a fucking brat. You don't even know what I've done without and how I've been and everything, because you don't live with me. So shut the fuck up, you know. But, anyways, I barely remember that. Because, like, I broke down and, like, I cried and, like, he hugged me. And, like, that was the first time since I was, like, really little with him. And the only time I was really little that I even remember him being nice to me is actually when I went to spend the night. And I mean, I was like, fuck, I was little. Like, I was younger than 9, I would say. I would say I was probably about 7. I would say it might have been when Papaw died, because there might have been such fighting and arguing at the house that it was like our parents had to get rid of us. And my sister went to spend the night with like her cheerleading buddies, I think. And I got stuck going over to the cousin's house. And I think I actually had to sleep in the bed with my cousin. Or, yeah, I think I did. Or maybe I wasn't there to spend the night. Maybe I was just there for the day. And I was sleepy because they woke me up really early in the morning. And so I went to sleep. I don't know. I don't remember. But I just remember he was relatively nice to me then. Like, nicer than he'd ever been my whole life. And then he was nice to me one time, like really nice, whenever I cried, whenever I was like a teenager one time. And then he was over nice. It's like, he was a little nice, then medium nice, and then over nice one night when I was pregnant with my kid, but he was drunk. But I was like, whoa, bye. And then he's like, you're gonna let me drive home drunk? And I was like, as many times as you've probably done it already, and as close as you live, I was like, yeah. I was like, because I don't want my dad to kill me because he finds my drunk cousin asleep on the couch. and I'm done pregnant and in hot water. No, you know, like, you're gonna have to fucking go the fuck on. Shut up! I don't know what the fuck it is, but just shut the fuck up, please. Shut the fuck up. Okay? Shut the fuck up. Like, seriously. Yeah, seriously. It's not a joke. Go lay down. I'm gonna love not having to deal with that shit. Every fucking car that drives by, they honk their fucking horns and hit the bumps in the road and da 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 da. And bump 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 bump. And the dogs bark and it drives me mad. Jesus Christ, it's all the fucking time. Ugh. I know there's still going to be traffic down, but Jesus Christ, not as much as here. Oh, hallelujah. Praise baby Jeebus. You know, like, damn. But, fuck. But anyways, so my cousin popped off at me, and he's done that to me like several times. And he's always been like, well, at least you're not having to deal with what I'm having to deal with. And I'm just like... And he's done it like twice since like I've been with my husband. Like one time when I seen him like at a family gathering or something, and then another time, and the one time was about work, you know, or whatever. And he like I was like, it was like when I had my first job, or it was after that. That's right, it was after, and it's after I had my first job. And I was talking about how many hours I was working, and he's like, that ain't nothing, you know, and I was like, and then he told me, and then, like, literally within a few months, within 6 months, I was working as many hours as he was saying, you know, but then he was working more, so we were both working more, but, you know, and then he kind of felt some sympathy for me, surprisingly. Because, like, I went to go get ready for work while he's there, I think, and, like, I was putting on my shoes, and I was yawning and shit, and he's like, you tired? And I'm like, yeah. And I was like, 45 hour work week, you know, like, or whatever, you know, and shit, and, you know, or something, and I was, like, working every day for 2 damn weeks, or some shit like that, and then 2 nights I actually, you know, pulled overtime, or whatever, or some shit like that, you know, and worked, like, 10 or 12 hour shifts, and he's like, it's a lot to do, ain't it, you know, and I was like, yeah. Fuck, even talking about it makes me tired, you know, but I know there's people out there that works, you know, a hell of a lot more, 60-hour work weeks and shit like that, but fucking hell, man. He just kind of looked at me like he had a little bit of respect for me for that segment in time. Another thing, too, is I think it's because his wife wasn't working, though. I don't know if his wife's ever worked a 40-hour a week or 35 or whatever. I don't even know if she's worked more than 20 hours a week. I think she has, but I think he's like discredited it so much. But I think that's the way that their relationship was, or some shit. Like, they discredit the hell out of each other and shit all the fucking time. Like, people do that, and I don't get it. I don't understand it. And apparently all people do that except for me. I don't sit there and, like, discredit people. I mean, yeah, I'm not, like, enthusiastic that everybody does something and I'm like, yay, good job, way to go, oh my god, that's so fucking amazing, you know. But at the same time, I'm not like, shit, that ain't nothing, you know. And that's even, like, whenever it comes to talking about the shit that I've lived through and the abuse and shit, I don't talk about it to be like, oh, that ain't nothing. Oh, that's all that you've been through? Oh, well, let me tell you what I've been through. It's not a fucking competition. You've been through what you've been through. Your life journey, your life path is different than mine. Kudos to you for the shit that you survived through, you know. And if I have went through something that you end up starting to go through and you need some advice, I'll give you what advice I have. But at the same time, still a lesson's a lesson, and it's for each individual to understand and occur and all that. And I don't know. Oh, shit got unfold how the fuck ever. But anyway, so my grandmother, she's like, well, I'll call you cousins and see. And I'm like, huh. And it's like, it's almost like you ever feel like somebody's going to dance on your grave when you're buried, you know, like that's how much hatred you feel, you know, not towards them, but you feel that they have towards you because they've just treated you so shitty. And the thing is like, they're even to the point that they're like, well, we haven't even spent enough time with you to even know you to treat you shitty. Okay, therefore you've not spent enough time with me to treat me shitty, to even know me, and yet you still treat me rude as hell. You've still treated me mean as hell. And you can admit that you don't really even fucking know me. And you treat me with such disrespect. And anytime I talk to you about anything, it's like, well, why don't you? Well, why don't you? Well, why don't you? You know? And anytime that y'all ever talk to me, which granted, it's far and few because apparently I'm not privy to any information about y'all's fucking life. And then y'all are boys, and so that's just a whole nother ballpark right there. And a whole nother fucking playing field and shit. I mean, like, seriously. But it's like, I'm just like, whatever. You know, like, y'all talk to me. So whatever. I can't, you know. I don't know. But I'm just like, God, if they come down, since my cousin was like, if you was going through what I was going through, whenever he wrote me on Facebook, and I was like, I disown everybody. And legitimately, I fucking do. The only person that I do not disown right now is my baby girl. Until I have custody back of my child, I don't have a family. Yeah, I can literally sit there and be like, yeah, that's my grandmother, because biologically she's my grandmother. Biologically my dad's my dad. Biologically my mom's my mom. Biologically my cousins are my cousins. My aunt, my uncle, you know, this and that, and but for as far as a family and a support system and people that love you and nurture you and help you to grow and, you know, can actually swallow their fucking pride and their goddamn ego to, like, be reasonable and sensible with you and talk to you with, you know, just mutual respect. I don't have a family except for my daughter. I don't. And my grandmother, I think she thinks that, like, this is gonna somehow fix the rift a little bit between me and my mom and my dad. I think she thinks that, you know, and I think that my parents, you know, I think my dad's already kind of being a dumbass in the back of his head, because he's like, you know, trying to act like, you know, oh God, she comes down, well, I don't want to fucking see her, she could kiss my ass, she's a piece of shit, you know, and she could go back to a homeless shelter and fuck her, you know, but I know he's still going to be like, trying to be up my ass and everything, and I swear to God, I'm going to be as mute as what the fuck ever. Family functions are going to happen, all kinds of shit. I'll go sit out in the fucking building with the goddamn dogs with the fucking door locked. Like, I want nothing to do with them. I want nothing to do with any of them, so yeah, if my grandmother calls in my cousins to help me pack shit and get it down there, they'll help me pack shit and get it down there. I'll get it down there. I will be respectful. I will say thank you for helping me. But other than that, for as far as, like, you know, the whole, you know, I still love you or respect you or any type of shit and ass conversation like that, unless they're the ones that are like, hey, I'm sorry that I've not been very supportive and been there for you. Unless they're like that, fuck it. You know, like, yeah, I'll be respectful. And yeah, I can even give people a hug and be respectful. You know, like, a hug is just a hug, you know. It can be just a hug, you know. It don't have to be this, you know, oh, I really love you, care about you. Instead, it could just be, you know, like a compassion, like, you know, the little pat on the back, you know, like, thanks, you know, and shit like that. But, no. I ain't got no damn family except for my kid. I legit don't. Like, and for as far as family functions, boy, my grandmother, if I'm still there come fucking, what's the next holiday? Easter. If she cooks Easter and people come down, which I doubt that they will because it's Easter. So I should be good until maybe like Memorial Day or something like that, or 4th of July, or let's see, President. And they might even skip over all that shit because they usually kind of do. It's usually Thanksgiving and Christmas. So, and if nothing else, I'll have a fucking car hopefully by then, and it'll just be like I'm going someplace else, or I'm taking my ass out to a restaurant, or something. I mean, it's not me trying to be rude to people, but it's just, I'm not going to spend my fucking time with you any goddamn more if you don't make me feel good about myself. And if you're not going to be supportive of me. You're going to treat me like shit. You're going to mock me. You're going to make fun of me. You're going to shit talk me. You're not going to listen to me. Just like my grandmother, she's not going to listen to me. Oh, your parents have full custody. No, they don't. They have temporary. Well, I know because they said. Well, you know because they said, and we're going to have to agree to disagree. But I don't need people up my ass that can't be supportive of me in any way, shape, or form. That's like even this damn cousin, the one that popped off at me or whatever. My grandmother, last time I was living down there, she got a new AC put in the window. And it made me mad, and it still makes me so mad to this day. The AC was not put in correctly. And it makes me so mad because my cousin acted like it was impossible to do, and it's not. It's a matter of just reading directions. It only takes like 30 minutes to read the directions and then do it correctly. And it literally, depending on how heavy the AC unit is to go in the window, it literally might take 15 minutes to put it in correctly. And the reason that I know this is because me and Adam, my kid's dad or whatever, my parents was nice enough because they felt sorry for his grandmother, in all honesty, because they used to live in this trailer that didn't have any air. And so this is when my parents actually, kind of thought that he was going to be a decent guy and he was going to marry me, and so did I. I mean, like, we were done talking about marriage and all kinds of shit, and so, God, I fucking loved him. God, I fucking hate him. God, he's such a fucking ass. But anyways, me and him and his uncle Chris went and put the fucking AC unit in. And, I mean, literally, we put it in, and Chris was on the inside, and me and Adam was on the outside. And I remember it got hung on the lip, and it was, like, hanging, crooked and everything. And I was like, no. And I was like, Adam, just hold it here and let me run in and let me see what's wrong and what's caught on. And so I went in there, and sure enough, I picked it up, and Adam, he kind of about got his fingers caught, and he's like, shit, or whatever, or something. But I was like, oh, this is what it is, And then Chris just looked at me like I was fucking genius, or fucking perfectionist, which, I mean, if I'm going to do something right, damn it, I'm going to do it right, And especially if it's something that it's like somebody put something in front of me and they're like, I guess if I feel confident, too, is the thing. God, I fucking love Adam. I'm sorry. But anyways, I really do. But I don't, like, I respect him. I respect him as an individual, even though he's a complete and total fucking asshole. And he is really, like, because the drugs, his mental state has deteriorated more into the manipulation of shit because it makes you more paranoid the more you do the fucking drugs. And so, God, oh my God. I really loved him. I'm so mad at him. Like, we could have been married and done had, like, 3 kids, including our one that we done got. So we could have had 2 more kids. And, fuck, I hate him. Oh! But anyways, God bless America. And then that's even like fucking dealing with Jason or any goddamn body out of the 5 people that I've listed before. I'm just like, do you realize who the fuck I am? Do you realize what the fuck I'm capable of? Would you just fucking believe in me? And then it's like, oh, I do, and all this shit and stuff. I just don't believe in myself, or some shit. And I'm just like, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. I'm going to kill you. And I'm like, get the fuck away from me then. Why did you even pay attention to me? Ever. Ever, ever, ever. Just go. Just go then. Like, but any fucking way. Any fucking way. Any fucking way. Any fucking way. Shit. But, God, I hate people. Why does nothing ever line up? What have you done to me? I hate this life. God, what have you done to me? Ugh. But it's not God. It's the devil at play and all the bad shit. The bad shit. But anyways, fuck. What was I saying? Oh, the AC unit. So we got it in, and I was so proud whenever I went out there because Adam's like just standing there, and the AC unit's just and we ain't even got the window closed down on it, and it's literally just sitting there. And he just kind of looked at me in shock, and I was like, see? And he's like, damn, or something, or whatever. Or maybe the window was down, but it wasn't down all the way or whatever, because the bottom lip held it so fucking good. It's just sitting there like it's supposed to. And I was like, see? And I was like, see, you were missing that. And he's like, yeah, I could fucking tell you about cut my goddamn finger off or squish my finger or some shit. And I'm like, oh, you pansy, shut up. I was just like, shut up. But anyway, so we got the AC unit in the window, and it was sitting there like it's supposed to, and it was properly installed and all that and everything. And I was like, woohoo, we did a good job. Teamwork, That's one thing that I always liked to a degree in dealing with Adam, because the first time that we kind of initially met, I mean, it wasn't the very first time that we initially met, but anyways, it kind of was, we was moving stuff, and even though I popped my head twice on the back of that little tiny ass U-Haul trailer that they was pulling, I mean, me and him was just picking up shit and just moving it like a fucking team, we were, I don't know, I have never felt so closely, and this was before anything. This was before anything, before dating, before even talking about dating, before anything, hand-holding anything, nothing. And we're just hanging out and moving shit, and it's just it's just we just clicked, it's just, we just fucking got along. It was a mutual respect, we were on the same playing field or what the fuck ever. But, God. He was so fucking adorable. I'm such a sap at heart. God. But, oh, fuck, I did that. I'm sorry. Clarabelle, I wish you had hands because I would ask you to get my tea. I'm so tired. Help me. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. Yeah, you can get my seat. Good girl. But, hey, fucking way. Went to go put one in over at my grandmother's with my cousins, and they would not listen to me. And I was like, no, you have to get this lip. And they're like, oh, that's good enough. And I was like, and they put a board back behind it to hold the end of it up because it was sitting there, at a fucking angle, And I was like, it's not in there right. It's not in there correctly. And they're like, it's good enough. It ain't gonna be any better. It was him and my dad. Or maybe maybe my cousin come out the day after my dad tried to put it in, and my dad don't. Adam would listen to me. Chris would listen to me. And Chris, I mean, I barely knew, well, I don't know. Chris had stated to Adam that he liked me. not liked me, but like approved it of me and was like, that's the girl for you, Adam, you know, or whatever. But anyways, fucking hell, man. Fucking hell. God, he's such a douchebag. Adam's such a douchebag. Adam, so selfish. Anyway. I mean, seriously, we could have had 3 kids, and we could have fucking had a house by now. Like, legit. We could have had a mortgage payment, 2 fucking cars. But no. He had to go off and fuck other bitches, and he had to go off and do more drugs and get arrested and all kinds of shit instead of staying clear of the shit. And he could have had all the memories of raising our kids together and shit and not have missed our kid's life like he has. Oh, fuck. But no, couldn't do that. That's too much hard work for his little pansy ass. No, instead he wants the memories of fucking at least 15 different damn women and having them bitch at him. You know. Like, what would you rather have? A memory of a bunch of different random people bitching at you and shit? Or a memory of one person bitching at you? Like, I mean, seriously. I mean, I get the variety, you know, and all that, and, you know. But, shit, you know, and shaking it up and outside the ordinary and all that. But that's like this Jeff Foxworthy joke or whatever. I think I've mentioned it before in one of my other YouTubes. But it's like, he's like, isn't it great to have the same partner, you know? And, you know, some people are like, woo, but not a lot, you know, or whatever. And he's like, that's one thing that I can pride myself on is that I know my wife, you know? And he's like, it's like, you know, for as far as, like, having sex with her. And he's like, a combination, you know, 23 to the right or some shit, you know, and this to the left and that to the right. And then, oh, you know, and he's like, you're welcome, honey. You know, like, you know each other. Such a fucking advantage to have that stable relationship. Why does nobody want that anymore? Why am I the only fucking person that wants that? Makes me sick. Mean fucking way. So, my cousin was like there, like as I was like putting a screw in around the fucking inside of the fucking thing. And like I'm sitting there, you know, and I'm putting the screw in and it's not a drill, you know, or whatever. Or power screwdriver or whatever, you know. So I'm sitting there putting the screw in. And like it took me a minute. And he just looked at me, you know, and he's like, are you about done yet? Are you done yet? You know, being a smart ass because he can do it quicker. Well, I'm sorry. Last I checked, I don't have a dick between my legs, okay? Yeah, I know how to put in a screw. Yeah, I know the difference between a Phillips and a flathead. You know, I know the difference between, you know, 1/16 and all this shit and 1/30, you know, like second and all the measurements, and I know the basics of shit like that, and I can get by on doing it, but I mean, I'm not a fucking pro at it. I'm not even close to a pro at it. But it's like whenever he smarted off to me like that, I come within a hair of popping off and being like, can you put a fucking AC in straight? You know, without it looking like it's fixing to fall out the goddamn window? Like, I will make a man question his pride and his ego. A boy does not need to mess with me. I will make him question. Because you're going to pop off at me about some shit, I guarantee you I can pop back off at you about some shit. And if you are my husband or you are my significant other, I may kind of put off for a while. But you keep popping off on me about shit, and eventually I'm going to let it fly, motherfucker, and you ain't going to like it. You ain't going to like it one damn bit. So you better be able to kind of pout about it and go get mad about it and then get the fuck over it. And by go get mad about it, I don't mean disappear and go get drunk one night. I don't mean go get high. I don't mean go fuck somebody else and cheat on me. I don't mean shit like that. I mean literally go and sit down for like 3 fucking hours and watch some TV or some shit that you want to watch, or go out with your buddies for 3 fucking hours, not an all-nighter, and just chill and like eat supper with your friends or whatever, and bring your ass back home. Get the fuck over it. Swallow your goddamn pride. Let bygones be bygones. And I will too. But if you ain't got the maturity to do that shit, then go the fuck on. Go the fuck on. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Like, I can't. God, I fucking can't. Oh, I don't know. I can't deal with people. I can't deal with shit. I don't know. I'm so tired. So tired. And that's like EJ. I'm like, we could have had this trailer. This would have worked out. That would have worked out. It's like that saying, you gotta have money to make money. What you do, you gotta have money to make money. You gotta have, a way to get to the job and car and, and all this or whatever, or somebody you can pay to, or whatever. You gotta, it's a balance. And so it's like the same dealing with relationships. And it's like, you've got to have, it is very difficult to build a single home with a single adult, and that's it, and maintain that shit. I mean, people can do it, but usually the people that do it, they have somebody that's else a close family member that they're really close with, that's really supportive and always been there for them and been strong for them, whether it's their mom or dad or aunt or uncle or grandparent, and they go and visit them once a week, or, or they call them on the phone and talk to them regularly. I don't have that. I don't have a strong support system, family and shit like that. And so it's like, okay, well, that shit is kind of in the past, and that's dealing with my childhood and shit. And so, like, here I am moving into adulthood, and then I tried to be an adult younger than what the fuck I probably should have. But I mean, hell, I was done fucking there for as far as maturity level of dealing with shit and every fucking thing. And fucking hell, man. Like, could have built a life with Adam. Nope. He had to go fuck it up. Could have built a life with Casey. Married him. Married the son of a bitch. And he just abandoned us. And then he's like, no, I'm not coming back. No, she ain't my kid. I ain't worried about that. And then my grandmother gets on the phone with him like 6 months later, and then he's like, what? I'll think about coming and seeing her. I'm like, no, it's done been 6 months. You done missed the kid's birthday, and you told me she ain't your fucking kid, motherfucker. You've pissed this mama the hell off. Oh, hell no, you ain't coming into my kid's life. And then her crying for another 3 months because she misses you. She just got done crying over you. Nah. Nah. Like, we ain't going there. No. My cat even had to fucking grieve him. Because that's what happens. And that's what guys, for some reason, and shitting ass people who want to sit here and be in goddamn relationships like they're shitty as fuck. They lie through the goddamn teeth and they're shitty as fuck. And I don't get it. And it's like I made a video before where I was like, EJ and people, they sat there and they crossed their arms. I wish somebody would love me and care about me and be there for me and want to build a life with me. And then they meet somebody that does. Ding, ding, ding. We have a fucking winner, Oh, well, you're not what I was expecting, or you're not good enough, or I'm scared. And I get being scared because, hell, Adam told me when he was in prison before he got out, and sometimes I'm like, shit. But I tried to talk to him. And that's the thing, too. If the person's not mature enough to talk to about it, then you're just shit the fuck out of luck. But he wrote me and he was like, oh, we're going to get married whenever I get out. I'm going to buy you an engagement ring, a real one, because he'd made me one. But he's like, I'm going to buy you a real one, this and that and the other and everything else. And I was like, okay. And he was so excited. Like, the month leading up to him getting out, or the 2 months up to him getting out. And so, like, literally, we had like 5 fucking phone calls, and they were all about marriage. And I'm sitting there, you know, and I'm like fucking, 18 years old? And it's like, you know, at first I was like, yeah, you know, first time he called and talked to me about it, and the letter that he wrote. Second time I'm like, yeah, you know, and then third time I'm like, yeah, you know, and then, you know, and it's like another thing too is like me being scapegoated, so the self-sabotage button in me for as far as shit like that I'm trying to fucking break the habit of, and then here I am kind of doing it now, but kind of trying not to, and like logically, emotionally, and mental state and mental health wise, you know, it's going to be better for me to get down there and just relax for at least a month and just sleep in and just kind of melt into relaxing for at least 1 full month. And I don't even have to, like, she'll cook. I mean, I'll still cook sometimes, but I won't have to cook all the time. Like, it's like somebody putting stuff into me, you know, for as far as caring about me. Like, she's going to care about me what little bit she's always, like, my family shows caring, but they show it in a fucked up way. And my grandmother, one of her ways is cooking. And so if I can't get nobody else to do anything for me on the face of the goddamn planet, I guarantee you she'll fucking cook a meal, you know? And so that's pretty much where I've been for a long ass time, is nobody will do shit for me. So, okay, you know, or if they do, it's like I owe them, and it's like they had to go out of their way to help me or to do that for me. Well, my grandmother cooking, she enjoys it. She enjoys that, you know, and that's like me with my kid and catering to her, and, you know, and babying whoever I'm fucking with to a degree. And when I baby them and shit, I like doing that. You like feeling needed, you know. But, so anyways, back to Adam. So then, like, the last 2 times, like, he called and he was talking to me about marriage and shit, I was like, and I done talked to my mom, and my mom's like, well, yeah, that's been the plan the whole time, and, you know, and he acts like, and all this and everything, and this is when I'm still, like, fishy in the back of my mind, and like, well, why wouldn't he hold my daughter from me, but, you know, he took her from you, and why does he seem to respect my mom more than he does me? And that's not going to work out, because, you know, when you're husband and wife, or when you're in a fucking relationship, that's supposed to be your number one. You're supposed to become one flesh. You're supposed to become as one human being. You're not supposed to sit here and be 2 separate individuals that still need shit from other people and need approval and love and guidance and nurturing and all that. No, you're supposed to find that within each other. Y'all supposed to balance each other out. I mean, yeah, you still got your own individual shit to work on, your own individual shit to be responsible for, but you don't sit there and reach out to other people to try to find shit. And see, that's what guys especially love to do. They love to reach out to other women to get their fucking dick sucked or what the fuck ever and shit. Like, they love to do that for as far as sex, but then they don't understand why women do it emotionally. And then they don't even understand it for the women that do it sexually, which I've never been one, but I've done the emotional shit. And they get their panties in a goddamn twist. And it's like, no, you're the one that broke the covenant, if you will, of the 2 of us being one, because we're together, we're a couple. And you decided to go, oh, you know, something that I need done, and you're not doing it for me. And instead of just waiting until you're going to do it for me, and instead of sitting down and having a conversation with you, talking to you about what the fuck ever, and I know I said, like, getting your dick sucked, but that's just an example, but even, like, you know, a hug when I'm crying, because, you know, you make me feel like you don't love me, you don't think I'm manly, you know, when I'm crying or some shit like that. Like, you gotta speak, motherfucker. You gotta speak. You gotta fucking talk. Like, I can't read your goddamn mind, okay? Believe me. I done asked my brother-in-law in a smart-ass comment I fed to his ass a long-ass time ago. I was like, okay, military man, you want to pay for me some fucking mind-reading classes? Since you fucking think I'm supposed to know every goddamn thing? I was like, do they exist? Pay me for them, you know? And even though, yeah, I have intuition and shit, but I can't read somebody's fucking mind 100%, you know, or anything, or even close to 100%, but I can pretty damn well good guess what the fuck people's gonna do and shit. I'm very intuitive. But at the same time of being that intuitive, you have to be kind of at ease and just let things flow. And it's like, well, if you're that intuitive, then why don't you stop the bad behavior? Because people at the end of the day are still going to do what the fuck they want. People are still responsible for making their own goddamn choices. Ain't on me. It's on them. But, any fucking way. Fuck. He kept talking about marriage. He scared me. So I wrote him a letter before he got out, and I asked him if he got that letter, and he said no, but I think that he did. And I think he lied to me. And see, that's the thing. Like, if we're done a couple, we're done one. You can't do that shit to me. Because when you do that, when you lie to me, you're hurting yourself. If we're a couple, when you lie to me, you're hurting yourself. When you're being mean to me, you're hurting yourself. And the same goes for me, vice versa. If I'm lying to you or something, then I'm hurting myself. And if I'm doing this, then I'm hurting myself. And people don't, like, for some reason, it's like there's a blockage mentally for people to comprehend that. And I don't fucking get it. Like, I don't fucking get it at all. It's like, holy shit, would you use your mind? But, so anyways, I wrote him a letter and I was like, hey, the whole marriage thing, you know, I'm only 18, right? And I was like, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, I'm scared. Like, I was going to him for comfort, and I was like, I'm kind of petrified because it's lining up. My parents are actually agreeing and proud. Like, they've never been proud of me for shit. Not even giving birth to Ava. They ain't proud of me for shit. And they're like, you know what? Our daughter's really mature and she's really found somebody to spend her life with. And even though he's went to prison, she's been forgiving and he's been building and working on himself and he's clean now. And when he gets out, he's supposedly got 2 jobs lined up because he's been talking to people, you know, and relatives of people and this and that. And even at that, we'll help him if we can and if we need to because he's going to be part of the family. We'll even drive him fucking home from Virginia, you know. Like, we'll go pick him up, you know, and like... and I guess it kind of scared him too. And that's the thing too that, like, I don't know, is like... Because my husband, like, literally a year and a half into the marriage, he's like, I want your maiden name. And I was like, what? What? You know? And he's like, your family acts more like a family to me than my own family does. They're more accepting, this and that. They're more loving, this and that, you know, or whatever. And I was like, yeah, oh, you know, I was like, yeah, tell yourself that. I was like, you know, because I mean, in all honesty, like I've said in a previous video, my family we are as fucked up as they come. I swear to God, it's like fucking Jason and Freddy Krueger got married and had a bunch of kids a few centuries ago, and I don't know how the fuck that shit even happened with them being guys, and we're the offspring of them. I swear to God, like, we some fucked up psychological shit up in this bitch. Like, we fucked up. All of us. And it's like, I'm trying to break that with my kid and her not be fucked up, but then her dad dipped out, then her stepdad dipped out after she started calling him dad. So then I'm like, okay, it's all me. It's all on me. I gotta buckle down. It's all on me. You know, I gotta carry this responsibility, you know, raise this baby girl right. And I'm doing it. And then my parents are like, oh, you're not doing it the right way. Because they want to do it in the same corrupt way. They want to keep the generational curses of shit going. Where I want to put an end to it. And they're taking it as a personal fucking attack against their character. Because my family has always been like the creed motto, family's family. Blood's blood at the end of the day. Blood is always thicker than water. And that's like I've talked about, you know, somebody fucking shit talks my damn sister or some shit. I don't know how many times over her fucking, even the past 10 years, you know, somebody be like, oh yeah, I heard of her. And then granted, it's only been like 3 or 4 times or whatever. And I'll be like, you talking about Brandy did it, you know? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, that's my sister. And they're just like, oh, 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 you know. And I'm like, yeah, you got a problem with her, you know. And like one of them one time, she's like, well, I didn't mean. And I'm like, yeah, she might be a bitch. I'm like, but she's my bitch. I was like, she's my sister. I was like, she's been through hell, so she has a right to be a bitch. I was like, if you would have been through half the shit that she's been through, you'd be a bitch too. And they was just like, okay, you know. And I was like, and they're like, I'm so sorry, you know. And I was like, it's all right. I was like, but still, I mean, yeah, I was like, there's no sense in shit talking about her. I was like, she's my damn sister. Like, do you like people shit talking about your family? And that's like, you know, I talked to this one girl or whatever, and she's like, we're dumb and broken, or whatever, that was on my Facebook. She's like, we're so dumb and broken. Because we both agreed that I can beat my sister's ass, I can beat my mom's ass, I can beat my dad's ass, I can beat my grandmother's ass, even though she's so old I wouldn't even attempt. But I can beat their ass, but nobody else can. If I see somebody go to attack my dad, my mom, my sister, especially, you know, my nieces, my niece, and especially numero uno, my kid, but like, it gonna be on. And so my family has always been about that, but they're in such a fucked up psychological state dealing with shit. It's just completely like mind fuckery, you know, to its nth degree or what the fuck ever. And sorry, had to cut on my battery saver. But it's like it's fucking insane and shit. And it's just insane as fuck, and it don't make any goddamn sense, you know. But it's like, even though, yeah, I am like that, and I was raised in that way, you know, and everything, where family's family at the end of the day, the thing that separates me from my family is like how high I have my morals in regards to where they have theirs. Theirs are lowered than mine. Mine are high up here, and they think that that's offensive and that's mean, and that I think I'm snooty and I'm stuck up and I think I'm better and all that. And I'm like, that's what you're supposed to do with each generation. I want my daughter to be better than me. I want my granddaughter to be better than me and my daughter, you know, and my grandson, you know, or grandsons and granddaughters. I want them to be better than my children, and then I want each generation to get better and better and better and better. But then I know that perfection is an illusion, but there is a balance that you can acquire in life for each person, considering each person's different destiny, what they're capable of doing, and that they can do it the best. And see, my family, my mom and dad, they don't even know what they're the best at, I reckon. They don't know what they're good at. They don't even care to know what they're good at. They just do, you know, and they go along, you know, like in the little fucking trail of people or whatever, like the little cartoon animations where people are like holding their phone and they walk off the edge of a cliff because they're not even looking where the fuck they're going. That's my parents. They're just boom, you know. And then they're like, oh, why are we falling? What happened? You know, like the majority of society. And it's like, I'm the one that, you know, I kind of catch it right as I go to take that step, you know, and I'm like, whoa, where's the ground? And then I'm like, what the fuck? And then I'm like looking around and I'm like, no, what? Stop, you know, and I'm like, hey, you know, and I'm like trying to stop everybody and, you know, be like, hey, wait, you're no, you know, and like nobody's fucking listening. And so then, you know, the few that do stop, there's a few that will stop and they'll even notice it and they'll just look at me and shrug their shoulders and they still keep walking and fall off the fucking cliff. And I'm just like, you know, I'm like, damn it, what's wrong with y'all? And it's like, so therefore in that scenario, if you will, you know, that I'm using or whatever, I want my kid to not even be heading that direction, you know? Or I want my kid to be back behind me, you know, 50 fucking feet and trying to stop people. And she's got a few people stopping people. And then she stopped, you know, and a change, you know, and everything. But then even if it can't be a change, then we all need to be able to stop at the cliff before we jump off the cliff into the depths of hell and, never-ending sin and just immoral behavior towards each other and all kinds of shit. It's like, can we just fucking stop and grow? Like, can we get over this shit? But, I don't know. I know this might seem like a random-ass video, and my last few videos I've been really depressed, but I make my videos depending on what mood I'm in within the moment that I'm in it, and where my mind's at and what I want to talk about for that day, because this is the most that I talk. This is the most that I talk every fucking day, is in this hour-long video that I shoot. The rest of the time I'm quiet, I'm walking around, I might say something to the dogs. Now, when I go to Jen's, I might talk to her a little bit and socialize. But other than that, and there's so much detail to everything. Like, I could sit here and go into detail about me and Jen's, and I have before, day or night, or us talking, and this and that, and all that and everything, but I'm more about ideas and stuff than anything, and I don't know. And what's relevant to me at that moment in time, and right now more relevant to me, is like, hey, my cousins, and helping me move, and like life in general, and building life with somebody that's worth building life with. And then these 5 people that I'm like, hey, I can see, I like, do you? And it's like, yeah, I do, or maybe I do, or I don't know, or I'll think about it. And I hate that, because I would rather just be like, no. That's like Jason, like, why the fuck did you come pick me up? Like, okay, you thought you was gonna get fucked, I reckon. Like, you know me, I know you didn't get fucked last time, what makes you think you're gonna get fucked this time? Like, but in all honesty, like, even after that night, I've been trying to get a hold of him to be like, well, maybe. But now I'm just like so fucking mad. I'm like, you know what? To hell with you. Kiss my ass. I'm just like, ah. And then it's like, part of me is like, I really need to get over EJ to a degree, but then not like force myself to get over her with just some random person. It needs to be somebody that, I care about. And so there's these 5 people in my life that I've cared about, and that I've been like, I see you as being somebody I could build a life with. And that's even Jason. Like, I'm like, I just have this feeling. My feeling could be wrong, but I could just see it. I could just see it if you just cooperate. If you wouldn't be scared. If you just cooperate and fucking listen. And, and you don't even have to fucking listen. If you would just ease into it. Just let things unfold naturally. Like, I call you and it's like, hey, let's hang out today. And then you call me and it's like, hey, let's hang out today. And then we just hang out on these days and we're mutual in that. And then slowly over time, it builds into this beautiful thing, this beautiful but chaotic, wonderful mess of what we can create, good and wholesome in this fucking life. And it's like, nobody wants to do with that. What's wrong with people? Like, I want to do that. I wanted a family. I wanted a bunch of kids. Like, and like, literally, like, I was sitting there just like 8 months ago, and I was like, EJ's kids, like, fucking hell, like, if she would ever go through. And then I was sitting there and I was like, man, and like, that's the thing about love. Love, there's the saying, love gives you wings, and boy does it, But holy shit, for some reason we live in a world that doesn't want to do that. Everybody wants to keep their wings to themselves, but the thing is it's like, it's almost like a Monster High doll. There's this Monster High doll my kid's got, and it's got these wings that go in the back. Or no, it's these 2, I think, or whatever. But it's like, anyways, it's like everybody wants to hold on to their fucking wings, but their wings aren't going to fit them. The wings have to go fit somebody else. And then somebody else's wings that they're holding on to has to fit you. And that's the reason, like a covenant, and 2 people coming together and shit like that to build a life together. And these fucking morons don't get it. Like, everybody has forgot that or something. Like, or they're just blind to it or stupid or I don't fucking know. And so it's like I'm sitting here and I got my wings to give to somebody and I got 5 people in mind right now. And I done tried person number 1, didn't work, took them back. Done tried person number 2, didn't work, took them back. You know, done kind of tried person number 3, you know, took them back. Person number 4 tried, you know, and took them back, but I'm still like, you know, and then person number 5, and I'm still like, and I'm still like, about all of them because they're 5 people that I significantly care about, and I'm just like, I don't know if they fit you or not. You have to let me know if this makes you feel good. What I have to offer you as your significant other, if it makes you feel good, then kudos, you know, and you gotta make me feel good with the wings that you have to offer. And it's like, you know, yeah, you make me feel good. Yeah, this makes me feel good. Yeah, that makes me feel good. Yeah, this, yeah, that. But then they all do this stupid shit, and it's like, okay, that don't make me feel good, but we can work past it if you're willing to work past it. Because it's never going to be like a perfect fit because they're made to where they can fit these multiple until you find out and until your skin like grows around them, I guess, if we're, you know, going into the metaphor about using them like wings and stuff. You know, like there's a little bit of wiggle room in all of them for the ones that it will kind of fit, but then your skin's got to grow around them over time and shit. So that way, you know, the wings of love, you know, and love gives you wings and you can fly and have all this freedom and it's not perfect. It's a bumpy ass road and you're going to fight and you're going to argue and you're going to call each other some really mean, hateful, nasty shit, but you're going to get the fuck over it if you know, if you got the fucking nerve to. It's like that motivational thing. But I gotta end it here. I hope everybody's doing good, and I will catch you later in tomorrow's video, which might be later tonight or early in the morning since I kind of missed today's. But I'll catch you later. Take care. Bye.